Shooting this video, I was probably the most nervous I've ever been flying a drone. I've been flying drones for about 7 years, but this time I knew I'd be flying over water. Quite a lot of water really. It wasn't just the water, it was also the very, very wet sand. The tide was out as far as it goes in Herne Bay, but I really wanted to get this video done because this time of year, late September, the sunset is quite dramatic. And there's quite a lot of sunset photographs from this area on Instagram and Facebook. So I thought having the pier in the foreground and the sunset in the background would make a great video. Okay, the first shot is a long shot of the Herne Bay Pier. Again, looking back, I wish I was a little bit closer. As you can see, there's a carousel. And at the end of the pier there's also a Helter Skelter, which comes into view about now. Now, looking back, what I should have done really was get the sun right behind that Helter Skelter. I think I'm just at the wrong angle. I needed to be a bit lower, a bit closer, because the sun is obviously to the right hand side of the frame here. And if I thought about it and planned it correctly, getting the sun behind the Helter Skelter would have been a much better shot than this long sweeping shot that I've made here. As you can see, the tide is out quite a far away and it's very, very calm as well, so you get a lot of reflections of the sunset and the clouds, which made some really good photographs that you can see on my Instagram account, lee_o'sullivan_photos. And this is where I was really, really nervous, because obviously I really wanted to get a shot of these boats, but as you can see, with the tides out, it's very, very muddy here. So if the drone decided to malfunction and fall out of the sky, I don't think I'll be retrieving it very easily anyway. But I managed to get what I needed. This shot was one of my favourite shots of this bit. And that's the bandstand there in the distance there. This shot here is actually the first clip I actually shot here. It's quite a dramatic shot, goes with the dramatic music. I think I was a little bit unfortunate with the clouds, to be honest, even though they look quite fancy in the top third of the frame, but the dark clouds that appeared over the horizon sort of cut my visit short really. The sun did disappear quite quickly, so yeah, I didn't get a lot of footage, but I had an excuse this time. The sun did dip below them clouds. This little bit of land here is called Neptune's Arm. It sort of stretches all the way around here really. It forms a flood barrier for Herne Bay, which is quite newish I suppose. I think they've been there for about 10-15 years. Here you can actually see most of the length of here. It's obviously man-made flood defence. In the distance there, that is the remains of the end of the pier. I mean, it used to stretch all the way to the actual beach itself. A storm in the 1970s demolished the rest of it basically. Obviously my dream is to get the drone flying right out here and get some photographs and some video of the ruins of the pier. It has been done quite a few times by other people, but I haven't quite got the bottle yet to fly it as far as this pier. But I will do it. I think once I've had enough of the DJI Mavic Mini, I will fly it out here. So if it does crash or if it does disappear, I can get it replaced or buy something new. I don't really want to lose my drone right now, so I will be flying over this area probably next year sometime, hopefully. There was another shot that I really wanted to get, but unfortunately there's people here. I wanted to fly above this blue viewing balcony here and get a bird's eye view straight down, but there's too many people on there and it would have been a bit rude really. Okay, this is the shot I really actually planned for. Wanted to get a bird's eye view of these little boats stuck in the mud. I couldn't go too low because some of them have got really high masks, I didn't want to crash into them. Again, there's quite a lot of reflections here, and I know there's been issues with the sensors on the DJI Mavic Mini with reflections in water. Sometimes it creates confusion for the Mavic and it decides to land. So I was a little bit nervous, and I think I'm probably sweating a little bit at this stage. But you can probably just about make up some of the reflections of the sunset in some of these pools of water. Just here. It does go on for a little bit long. I mean, there's a lot of waste here. Don't really need to have all this mud. So obviously this is Herne Bay itself. There's the clock tower there. Again, there's quite a few people walking around, so I was conscious not to fly over the top of them. Another time, maybe early in the morning, I might try and come back and get some close-ups of the clock tower. And if you've really got good eyesight, just behind the clock tower you can just about make up the Reculver Towers, which I've been many times before. And this shot here I needed to speed up a little bit, so it's a little bit jittery. I just needed it to get in time with the music really for the rest of the shoot. So I've reused this this shot again because it's one of my favourite shots. If I do a best of my videos in the next 10 years, I think this shot will probably be on it. But I think the only way this is going to get any better was if this cloud wasn't here and the sun was lower. I think that's going to be the only way I can better this shot really. And I'll just fade it out to the end there with the sunset just fading out. So that's another video done. I've got more planned in the future. So if you like drone videos, if you like listening to me waffle on about my drone videos, and obviously subscribe and hit the like button, and I shall be back in about 7 days with another video. Cheers, cheerio.